G'day. So there's been a little bit of a delay or setback or a hurdle, so to speak, in the track evolution. I hit a bit of a mental barrier, so to speak. I had what I thought was a foolproof system with the micro switches changing the polarity in the flipper from positive to negative, but it turns out they only turn it on or off, which would work in a sense because you'd have the power on when the track's in analog mode and off in digital mode, but then you're going to have dead spots, which defeats the purpose of what I was trying to do. So I've been investigating some other options in like relays and things like that, and micro switches in conjunction with relays. So what I plan to do is have the micro switch trigger, which was triggered when the lever arm pulls in the flipper, to activate the relay to change the polarity. But I've done away with the micro switches now, so I'm going direct from lane brain to relay. It's a double pole, double throw relay. She's a bit tricky to get right, but hopefully I'm going to wire it up and stick it on the track and should be all good. So I guess the thing for me is trying new things like this is always a mental hurdle. I've got to get past it, and if I'd never done that, I never have got this far with this track or any other track I've built. So yeah, I've got crap everywhere at the moment. There's rubbish everywhere. There's wires and nuts and bolts and a box full of cars that I went through the other day. But so I'm going to put this together. I'm going to try and get it to work and hopefully put it on the track and test it. If it works, that's a barrier broken through and full steam ahead. If not, we go back and scratch our heads a bit more and see what happens from there. Thanks for watching. Cheers. This is a Scorpius lane brain, which is used to detect laps, change lanes, etc. So I thought just do a quick look at it. So for anyone that doesn't know what these things function like, etc., this is a brief rundown. I'm sure it's been done before, but just from my perspective. Those wires there go to a sensor, which is over there. That's for lane change, so the car passes over that sensor, pushed by the button on the controller, activates the function. These two wires here go to another sensor, which is set back from the original lane changer, which is an anti-collision sensor. So when there's a car in the lane beside, or the car in the lane beside the one that presses the button for function, if the lane brain detects a car there, the function won't happen, so it can't collide, so I can't change lanes into the path of the other car, which I suppose in real world racing that happens, but it also doesn't. These two wires here, they go to the solenoid, so they drive the solenoid power to enable the lane change function. And those two wires there, to be honest, I don't know what they do. I've never used them, and they've never been used because I've got just no ends on them. So it says there for straight, but I don't actually know what that function is. That's the antenna that talks to the decoder in the car. That's the reset button, so when you program the lane brain, you push the reset button at the same time on the computer, puts it into boot mode, and you can change the parameters. Now these two wires here for positive and negative power. That one's for live and flipper, although I believe the MOSFET driver that was built into the boards was not big enough to handle the power, so that function's never worked. So I've got to work around with that, so we're going to get stuck into that next. So here we've got the relay with the first wire in place to solder up. So I'll solder this one up and the one beside it on the bottom pin, and they go to the lane brain relay wires. So I'll do this first. And solder the second wire on. That's on. Yep, beautiful. Well, not beautiful, but it's on. That's what we want. You can see there. Not the most beautiful soldering job, but just got to connect. That's the main thing. Right, so now what we've got to do is wire these things. Told me to put diodes on here, so I'm going to do as instructed. So they should hopefully just fit straight onto there. Alright, we'll try that. Chances are it's going to unsolder what I've already soldered and really piss me off. Hey, you get it? One. go. Don't drop off. You don't go there. Good. Now. Oh shit. I've got to put the. Oh god, I've got to put the bloody lane brain wires on here yet. Bastard. I'm going to do it with a quick touch. We'll see what happens. I'll try that. Next is this and that. Oh god, how am I going to do this? Oh, that. Yep. This is going to be a pain in the ass. That bloody wire is going to go onto here. Okay, sit down, bastard. And this one has got to go here. Come on, grab together. Come on. I need some more. Hold. Turn it off. Right. Looks bloody messy. Now, God, it's a complicated bloody thing. Take off there. That looks shit house, but apparently that's how it's got to be. Is that why? It's not even bloody on. How are we looking? Ugly as shit. Righto, so that's those two. Where's the diagram? Right, so I'm going to have to hot glue this to the base of the flipper, because negative, that's positive there, and that's negative there, apparently, and that's live and flipper there. So I've got to solder this yellow wire to that little pin there, which is going to get bastard, because I don't know which way it's actually going to sit. Which a screw goes through this little gap here to the track. So maybe if I hot glue that, I don't know. Just seems bloody messy right now because there's wires and shit everywhere. If I hot glue that there, yeah, that might work. Just have to put this wire there. Maybe that way. Because this side here, these pins on this side are not used. So just that one, that one, that one. So if I put that there, like, what's just come off? No, nothing. Put that there and put that to there. We should be right. Alright, we'll do this first. Then we'll tighten the nut up on the bloody bolt so that the power has good contact. Just hope it works. Right, so that's got to go stay there. I know it's really hard to see. It's really hard for me to see what I'm doing here. I can't get the camera in close enough. Where that yellow wire is basically the end of it. I'm trying to solder it onto the pin on the relay, which is bloody tiny. So I'm going to have to get the soldering iron around the back and put the solder on this side. Currently I've got the wire sort of spread over the pin, so that would be ideal if I can get that to hold. Getting my bloody hands in here, which is going to be fun. Around the back here. That's already moved. Great. Good luck. Come on, go hot straight away. That's the way. Looking good, I can hardly tell. Any more. That might be right. Righto, look at this messy thing. Looks like just a mess of wires and solders and shit. I don't know if you can see what's going on there, really. It's not the prettiest thing ever. It's got a couple of diodes on there because I was told it needed diodes to protect it from back charge when the solenoid's energized, rather than power go back to the lane brain and cook it. Diodes will apparently block that. That can come off there now. So it's looking not too bad. So that will have to mount somewhere like that. That's ugly, isn't it? Yay, congratulations, you've made something ugly. long as it works, that's the main thing. So what I've got to do now is try and work out how to test this. She's wired up to the lane brain via the correct wires. I've got to drill a hole in the track for the sensor, power it up, and test it if it works. So I can just steamroll ahead with the rest of them. Cool. That's where we're at right now. So my friend AI tells me that all this wiring in its glory ugliness is correct. So next thing is to install this in the track and power it up and give it a test. Nervous. But only one way to find out, either going to blow up or work. Hopefully the latter. Stay tuned for testing of the unknown electrical wiring. Looks bloody ugly, but hopefully it works as it should, and then we'll just hide it under the track so no one can see it. Win-win.